What is English for you?
English is one of my plans, one of my goals, if I want to achieve my dream.
English for me, it's new opportunities. It's some kind of discovery.
In my case, since I was in elementary school, English is my complex.
English skill is very important for any job.
If I can speak English, I can make friends in the world, all over the world.
It is just means of achieving my goals. Yeah.
English is become strong and very popular in the world. So we have to follow this way to keep our life. Yeah.
That's the only problem, but your English is good.
The island of Cebu in the central Philippines is home to some of the best beach resorts in Asia, attracting more than 3 million tourists each year. Cebu City, located in the middle of the island, is the second largest city in the Philippines following Manila, the capital. English language schools have been opening all over Cebu City. At present, there are more than 200. They range from schools with only a handful of students to schools with thousands. The majority of the students are young people from Asia. Last year alone, the number coming to Cebu to study English grew to 150,000, with the figure rising every year. Cebu City's largest English school sits in a district of government offices. SMEAG Global Education opened 2 years ago through a joint investment between South Korean and Japanese firms. It has 3 buildings in the city, accommodating about 1,000 students in total.
好，请，这个是，好，我们现在检查一下，这个是你的名字，也就是说你住的是5楼33，您住的是4楼3楼10号。
All the students stay in dormitories. There are cafeterias, stores, and other facilities for students to enjoy, so they don't really need to leave the campus. There is also a movie theater, which screens English language films only. One of the major appeals of the school is that they offer cheap one-to-one lessons, something that would be extremely costly at schools in the US, Britain, or other English-speaking countries. Standard courses cost around $1,200 US per month, including room and board. If students wish to, they can take up to 10 hours of lessons a day. The accommodation ranges in size from individual rooms to rooms shared by 5 students. The standard course includes a room shared by 5 students, but an extra payment is required for a private space.
I choose the Philippines and Cebu because English language is also some kind of second language in here. And in my case, the Philippines cheaper education, the price of education in Philippines cheaper than Australia, New Zealand, UK or Canada and USA also. So it's some kind of advantage to stay in here because you pay less money than in English native countries.
My friend study abroad for 1 year, and when she go back to Japan, she can speak English very well. So I feel just, oh, very cool. I want to speak English like her. So
Even though the person who study English in the Philippines is Korean and then Japanese and then Taiwanese and Vietnamese, but I can speak English with them. Even though between Korean, I just want to use English.
What's your name?
Hi friends, my name is Ruby. I'm from Vietnam. I'm 23 years old. The reason why I want to go abroad to study English because I want to improve my English skill. Especially, I want to challenge myself in the Philippines. Nowadays, Vietnamese companies require people who must have TOEIC or IELTS score when they want to apply for the companies. So that's why if a person who cannot speak English, it is very difficult for them to get a better job. Yeah. Actually, I prefer going out with my friends, but this time is very important for me, so I prefer staying here and study English. All of these books is mine.
Wow.
Yes, reading, listening, writing, and speaking. 4 skills for my course, Cambridge course.
Tran Thi Hong O, alias Ruby, is taking an advanced 3-month intensive course. She paid half the fee herself with money she saved from a part-time job, and her parents covered the rest. Currently, there are students from all over Asia at the school. They come from China, Taiwan, Japan, Vietnam, Mongolia, and Russia. Recent students include middle-aged people taking courses funded by their companies and teenagers sent here by their parents. Originally, South Korean firms opened English schools in the Philippines targeting South Korean youngsters. They were attracted by the low labor costs and English-speaking locals. English education is now a major new industry in the Philippines for students from all over Asia, backed by the government. Shuichiro Atsumi is the CEO of SMEAG, and he himself studied English in the Philippines 4 years ago. Seeing the potential of the English language market, he joined forces with the largest school in Cebu.
韓国、台湾、ベトナム、もちろんサウジ、ロシアという国から私どもの SME 事項にお越しいただいてるんですけど、もう各国がですね、これから英語をしっかりとも話せないと、ビジネスでも、世界に対してですね、物を販売できたりというビジネスにつながらないということをすごく意識し始めてるんだと思います。実はこの産業もこんなにもう20年も30年も前からあったわけでなくて、フィリピン人の今のこの20代の人たちというのは非常に綺麗なネイティブの英語を話すんですね。でそれを手に入れたことが私はフィリピンという国のまた新たな事業であったりとか、また財産というものを生んでるんじゃないかなというふうに思います。
English was first taught in the Philippines when the country was colonized by America at the end of the 19th century. The people learned it from missionaries. These days, from the first year of elementary school, all classes are taught in English as well as Tagalog, the native language. The higher the education, the more frequently English is used. Without a good command of the language, people know that their employment options will be limited.
Hindi kasi yan ang aming kuan, dili man guna mo among dialect. Siyempre, Bisaya kami, di dapat Bisaya ang aming ginagamit. Pag magdepende kasi yan sa customer namin. Pag foreigner customer namin, mag-English kami. Pero yung English, hindi namin nasanayan araw-araw gagamitin. Depende kasi yan eh.
Sa tatlong language, saan ka nahihirapan? Nahirapan na. English on, ang good. English on man ako. Mutana, Tagalog niya ako ma-English. In that three language.
English has become an essential requirement for Filipino youngsters to get high-paying jobs. Work at call centers, IT firms, and other foreign-run businesses can provide salaries 2 or 3 times higher than many other jobs.
If I would compare English as part of my body, English is my brain. Because it controls the life that I will be tackling, and of course, it somehow manages me to go further of what I dream of.
It's your gateway to your career, to give you a new life. It's because of this, since it's a universal language, it gives you that confidence to bridge other nationalities from other countries. So it can really give you a lot of experiences once you learn English.
My dream is to own this kind of business in my hometown, because in my hometown we don't have this kind of academy. All we have is like elementary education for education. But in my hometown, I want to earn and I want to be the first to manage this kind of business.
There are currently 400 instructors at SNEAG. Each year, based on their teaching technique and student evaluations, the best teacher is awarded with a present and a certificate.
Okay.
Eugene Oplado has received the Best Teacher Award twice and is considered a star instructor. He originally wanted to become a scientist and took a bachelor's degree at university. He couldn't find work after graduating and decided to become an English teacher. Eugene now leads other instructors. He helps with teacher training and curriculum development. The focus is always on delivering quality lessons.
So how are your students that you're joining?
My student is, they are all Koreans.
Yeah. Mostly what are their language? Grammar, right?
Yeah, grammar. So
Very
they have really difficulty in grammar and also pronunciation.
The RL,
Yeah,
the
RL
and PV,
Z.
Well, I have 2 Japanese students.
2 Japanese students.
Yes, and mostly they have difficulty pronouncing the L and R.
L and R also.
Yes, and L and R, since maybe the language difference, right? And somehow when they speak, it's like a little British, but not.
Yeah, because of the R, right?
Yeah, because of the R.
They don't have the A, the twang.
So
for Vietnamese.
For Vietnamese, they don't have the S.
Yeah, the S, the X.
They make it T, like that. Teacher Shala, teacher Tella.
Teacher Tella. That's why it's hard for us.
Yes.
But anyway, so it takes practice. Partner. Partner. A really different. Partner. No. Partner. Partner. Okay.
Really.
Again?
Really.
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 No, not real.
Oh,
Really?
really.
Six. Next.
Hi, Miss K.
Eugene has a room in a special student's dormitory next door to the school. The dorm has a big living room where residents are free to relax and watch TV anytime. Rooms are shared by 3 students, mostly from South Korea and Japan. The cost is higher than the standard plan, an extra $140 per month. The biggest appeal of staying in this dorm is the opportunity to speak daily with the school's #1 teacher and the weekly discussions he holds on Mondays.
How important English in your country? Is it really important?
Why is it in Korea? Why is it important in
yeah.
Why is it important in Vietnam?
Why?
Because in Korea, if who speak English or not, their salary is quite difficult.
In Japan case, the population is already mature. So most of Japanese companies are spreading their business opportunity outside Japan. So we need to speak English for business.
Okay. How about Chan? Take it easy. Right there. Okay, meaning take it slowly. Okay, you don't
Ever since his childhood until he began working at the school, Eugene lacked confidence and communication skills.
Yeah, don't get stressed.
But through regularly teaching international students on a one-to-one basis, he changed completely and now loves to express himself.
If you're the leader of your group and then
If you cannot speak English, what kind of life you have here in the Philippines?
it's gonna well, if I'm gonna imagine my life without English as my medium of communication or work, I would be working in a factory. I think it's more of labor work. Okay, I think because actually before I was really impossible, knowing I don't really manage everything. I don't really think much. I'm not serious about a lot of things, but because of English, this is a new industry, and this is something that we haven't learned. Like, I have transformed into someone who was not me before, so shy, but now I'm so confident, and I think I can just do all things with English, and that's.
Eugene's dream is to become the best English language teacher in the Philippines.
Good night.
Always, I have nosebleed because he's very intelligent. Osin, what's his level? Level 2H, but very intelligent. Yeah. So you should say 2H. 2H, but very intelligent. Many vocabularies. Higher than me.
2 months after coming from Vietnam to study English, Ruby's teacher has said that her speaking is still nowhere near the very advanced level she's aiming for. She's been cutting down on sleep to study harder.
This time, is very important for me. I don't want to waste my time for doing another thing not necessary. So I must study hard in order to improve my English skill here in the Philippines. In the future, I want to speak English like a native speaker. I just have only 3 months here in the Philippines, so that's why I must spend almost my time for study.
Ruby's time here is precious and crucial for achieving her dreams.
In my case, I don't want to be a loser in my life, and my final goal is I want to be a politician in Korea in the future.
I haven't decided yet, but I'd like to work in a trading company.
After I graduate here, I want to find a job at Singapore because Singapore is very famous for travel. So I can go there for travel agency and also for hotel.
My dream is to go to Canada for the first study, and after I want to immigrate over there.
I would like to work in the sphere of arts and computer science, something integrated. This is my dream.
It's Ruby's day off, and she decides to head into town. It's the first time since she arrived that she's been to the local market alone. At a cafe, she suddenly approaches a security guard.
I want to meet one of the staffs in here. It's okay? Yes, thank you. Hi. Good evening, good evening. Yes, good evening. I'm Ruby from Vietnam. I came here in the Philippines to study English. So, but in your case, Cebuano is your mother tongue, right?
Oh yes.
Okay. Can you confident in English more than Cebuano language?
Okay, I think it's balance, you know. It's if I don't know what is English, or I will use Cebuano. If I don't know Cebuano, I use English. So there are some words of Cebuano terms that I cannot understand, so that's why I used to use English. I prefer English than Cebuano.
Ah, you prefer English Cebuano? How important English is? What do you think about English?
English is important as a language because nowadays English is more. You can communicate other people through English, which is like foreign, because foreign can't speak in our language, so we must learn English.
Ah, you must learn English. Not anymore.
It's been 2 hours since Ruby began walking around, but she still wants to talk with more people in English.
Excuse me, sir. Can you speak English?
Yes, ma'am. My English is very small lang. I learned to speak English, but I not decided many, but smallest lang, ma'am.
If you have a chance or if you have an opportunity to study English again, do you want to study English again?
Yes. I want to study English.
Ruby is meeting and communicating with local people for the first time. She doesn't return to her dorm until late in the evening.
So I feel very happy. I'm very excited to be here today. I want to stay here longer than I expected.
I already live here for 2 months and 1 month left. I love people here, especially the weather here is just a little hot, but it's okay. I can learn more in English when I live here. So it was worth it.
It's the day of the weekly commencement ceremony for students who've completed their courses. 9 students from 3 countries are going home. Ruby is there to see them off and knows that she too will be leaving soon. Learning the universal language in the Philippines will undoubtedly give these Asian youngsters confidence and help them connect with more people around the world.
English is my dreams.